right, welcome back. You're looking live here over at Lake Norman from the Freedom Boat Club. Just a perfect day to be out on the water because the heat is back. Look at that, 86 degrees. So gorgeous out there. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane in the Pinpoint Weather Center.
So Tara, we know that it's going to get hot later this week, but are we going to touch triple digits?
We very well could, and definitely when it comes to how the humidity makes it feel outside, it's going to be at least feeling like 100 degrees by the end of the week and heading into the weekend. That's going to come with some shower and storm chances too, but we are dry for another day today and not as hot as what we had last week, and even over the weekend we only topped out at 87, a little bit below the average of 90 for this time of the year. We've got the mid 80s, some lower 80s as we head up toward the northern tier of the state, mid 70s up in the mountains, checking out Boone there, and it's still just a little bit hotter as we look off to the south and west. It's a hot 91 in Knoxville, Tennessee, and close to 90 in places like Columbia and down through Augusta, Georgia. But the difference is we have that lower humidity. Now it's still quite muggy out there along the coast, to be expected, but where you see those dew points in the 50s, that's definitely that drier air mass that has been filtering in since yesterday, and all courtesy of high pressure keeping things dry when it comes to the lack of any showers and storms, at least around here. We're staying dry overnight and for another day tomorrow as well. And by the time you step outside tomorrow morning, again, it won't be all that muggy feeling outside, kind of like this morning, 5 a.m. Temps start in the mid and upper 60s. And then we are a little bit hotter for tomorrow afternoon. So we are starting that climb back into the low 90s. And this is when the humidity starts to return a little more too. So just a bit more humid, but nothing terribly sticky and steamy just yet. That comes really starting 4th of July on Thursday. Light southeast wind and more abundant sunshine and Carolina blue sky. But check out those feels like temps. So I mentioned Independence Day on Thursday. That's when it's going to start to feel like we get into the extreme caution zone when it comes to taking care of yourself and all of this heat. If your job takes you outside working or playing for a long period of time, you take it easy, stay hydrated as you have been with all the heat last week. It could feel like 106, 105 or so right on into the weekend. Toward the end of the weekend, not feeling quite as hot, and that's when we're going to get more showers and storms coming up too. So looking ahead, 4th of July forecast for Thursday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're at 90 degrees, low and mid 90s at 5 p.m. with that small chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but I do believe we're going to be okay for most of those fireworks shows by 9 p.m. or so at night if you're attending one, as the temperature backs off into the mid 80s. So let's check out future radar. Again, we're dry tomorrow, so we're advancing it into Thursday here. Thursday morning, blazing sunshine. We start dry, but notice how by mid to late afternoon we start to see a few blossoming showers and storms, especially up there in the mountains, maybe down toward the foothills. Maybe a spot shower or thunderstorm down through the Piedmont into early evening. But again, by 9, 10 o'clock, most of that's over and done with. And then Friday, we could be tracking a few more showers and storms once again. All right, tropical update time. We have been talking all about Beryl, still a powerful Category 4 hurricane churning just south of Hispaniola and Puerto Rico. It's moving away there, but look at that well-defined eye. It's moving to the west-northwest at 20 to 25 miles per hour. Hurricane warnings in effect for Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. It will be impacting them tomorrow and into Thursday with the life-threatening storm surge flooding and the strong wind gusts headed toward the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico as a somewhat weaker system, but still packing wind speeds upwards of, say, 100 miles per hour. So possible. It interacts with land, so then it will likely weaken back down to tropical storm status as it perhaps heads toward the northeastern part of Mexico and maybe parts of the coast of Texas. That won't happen until late in the week and especially heading into the weekend. Our weekend will involve better chances of scattered showers and storms and helping to cool things down with all that heat, highs in the low and mid 90s.